What up? We're live for the first time ever on YouTube and live on Facebook as well. So it's like 7:30 p.m. It is the night before I drop 2 brand new albums. By the time you see me tomorrow, my 2 new albums I've been working on for a year will be out. I actually got them right here. Hold up. I'm going to show you. What's up, guys? I can see people are joining the stream right now. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Boom. They just arrived to the crib today. No Guts, No Glory, the mixtape, the album, Us Against the World. I got them both here. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., they both drop only at hangovergang.com. So I guess I'm going to just talk a little bit about the album, and then obviously I'll jump in and do a Q&A with you guys and answer as many questions as possible. Let me just bring this up here. Okay, so I got the comments brought up on my phone. I'm live here with you guys, so I will answer as many questions as possible. But first, I'm going to talk about these new albums dropping tomorrow. I'm going to talk about the merch packs a little bit. I'm going to talk about what this album means to me, what the process has been like for the last year, and then I'll jump in and I'll answer as many questions as possible. So let me get the boring stuff out of the way first. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., these 2 new albums, Us Against the World and No Guts, No Glory, are dropping at hangovergang.com. Only at hangovergang.com. All the copies are autographed, same as usual. There's 4 merch packs, okay? There's 4 tiers of merch packs. And in the merch packs, it's all the exclusive gear. So I just got to let you guys know, because every year when we drop an album and there's a merch pack associated with the album, those merch packs are gone like in the first couple hours. So this is everybody's heads up. There's 4 different merch packs tomorrow. I've showed you guys some of the gear that's in the merch packs. I'm going to show you a couple things right now real quick. Obviously, you'll get both albums autographed. You will also get this Hangover Gang diamond chain, which is super lit. And then there's a lyric book for every single song on the album. All the lyrics are in the lyric book. This isn't everything. This is just like a few of the things. This is my favorite thing, okay? What I'm about to show you right now, this took weeks to design. It took weeks to manufacture. It was extremely difficult. So just peep this out because it's fucking crazy. This shirt with the bulletproof vest printed on it, front and back, goes over the shoulder, says Hangover Gang on the front, Us Against the World on the back. This bulletproof vest shirt, the diamond chains, the lyric books, those will be in the merch packs. There's also these barbed wire chains. There's bandanas, 3-foot by 5-foot flags, bracelets, limited edition hats, T-shirts, hoodies, etc. There's a bunch of stuff. So, so just know that those merch packs are dropping tomorrow at 9 a.m. with the album. Dude, this doesn't even feel real to me right now. Like, first of all, just let me say, the last 3 solo albums, I haven't dropped a solo album in over a year. And my first album, Death Threats, came out in August. Ghost Stories came out in August. Gravestones came out in August. And I really wanted these 2 new albums to come out in August, but there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that like nobody sees, and that obviously I don't really talk about like on the internet and stuff. But these projects were supposed to be out in August. But you guys saw all the crazy videos and stuff we released this year. We probably released more videos this year than I've ever released before. And I have been going hard all year. I ended up going so hard that, like, I guess it was about 3.5 weeks ago, I hit full burnout. And I had this really crazy weakness, like in my arms and legs. I couldn't get out of bed. I could barely work out. Like, it was difficult for me to walk around the house. I was like legit bedridden for like 3 weeks. And my anxiety was so bad. Like I had to start going to therapy again. And like, I just been going through hell. And that was like 3.5 weeks ago. I'm feeling a lot better now, but it was really rough. And if it wasn't for that sort of like little bit of a meltdown, these albums would have came out in August. But I had to push everything in life back 2 or 3 weeks so I could just deal with my mental health and deal with everything that I had going on. So this is the first album in 3 years that hasn't come out in August. Tomorrow's September 3rd. And honestly, I probably could have used a couple more weeks to deal with my mental health and rehabilitate myself a little bit more. But I was just like, fuck it. Like, I need to get this out, and I need to get it out to people, and I need to get it all out right now. So that's literally where we're at. And it comes 2 new albums tomorrow, 2 albums, 36 songs. Like, I almost had to make you guys fucking 3 CDs. Like, 36 songs is a lot to fit on a CD that, like, it can only be 80 minutes long. And both of these CDs are fully ram-packed up to the 80 minutes. Like, you could not fit another song on either album. Anyways, before that 3 weeks and that mental unwellness and all that bullshit that I had going on for the last little bit, like, dude, these 2 records are literally over a year in the making. Like 36 songs, like takes a while to record. Everybody's sort of like favorite songs, the big controversial ones, Fake Woke and Snowflakes and Brainwash and Clown World and Canceled and all that. All those songs are on these albums, okay? All the big controversial songs, they're on these records. But what's more importantly on these records is the stuff that nobody's ever heard. And that's like 26 or 28 songs. And, you know, a lot of people always say like, oh, Tom's a clickbait rapper. He just does clickbait controversial shit. But if you talk to people that have been with me, that have been following this journey for like a few years, those people will tell you like, yo, like Tom's best music is on his albums. Tom doesn't even put his best music out. Tom puts out like what he thinks is best to grow Hangover Gang and grow things. But Tom's best music is on his albums. And honestly, I'd have to agree with them. That, you know, the people that say that everything I do is controversial and clickbait and shit like that, those people have just clearly like never heard my records. So I think this time around with this album release, I think more people than ever are going to hear the best music I ever made in my life. I'm super duper excited for it. It's been a year of shooting videos and Nova and I both investing all of our time and energy and money and everything that we are as people, we have poured into videos for the last year. We have poured into this album. And I'm just so excited to give it to you guys, man. Like, it's weird because somehow I ended up with this duality on these albums where it's like, on one hand, it's the most vulnerable projects that I've ever created. I said things about myself and things about my life on these albums that I've like never told anybody before, like not even my folks. So on one hand, they're like super vulnerable and they live in that world. But on the other hand, they're like really unforgiving and undeniably intense. And like, yes, there's some controversial political music on the albums, but more than that, like these albums are happy and sad and angry and exciting, and every single tiny piece of my being has been put onto these albums. This is like a really nerve-wracking thing. You know, when you only do something once a year, when you only like ride a bike once a year or go skateboarding once a year, this shit is a little bit scary when you jump on the skateboard and hit the skate park for the first time in a year. And that's like how I feel about these albums, man. I don't release tons and tons of music. I release a lot of videos, but I don't release projects. So it just feels like it's been forever since I dropped the album, and I'm like low key I'm super fucking nervous about it. But I'm really, really proud of them. I'm extremely proud of them. Like, I know that a lot of people thought that my last album, Gravestones, was my best album. And on certain levels, I agree with that, but this is the way I feel about Gravestones. I felt like I made some of the best music that I've ever made on the Gravestones album, but I didn't give people more of my personal self than I'd ever given them before. Like, I felt like it was me making the best, technically speaking, music I've ever made, but there was just like something missing for me. And what I felt was missing, like, is on these two new albums. Like, Us Against the World and No Guts, No Glory, these records are, without the shadow of a doubt, the most real, honest, authentic version of myself that I could ever hope to put in musical form and put on my albums. I'm so fucking proud of them for that reason. I just feel like if you don't feel like you know me right now, after you hear these albums, you're going to be like, yo, I feel like this guy's my fucking brother or something. Like you have to feel like you know me after you hear these records. Like, it would be impossible not to. So I'm gonna jump into the comment section and take some questions. I just really wanted to talk about the album. I'd like to answer primarily questions about the album, but I mean, I'll answer questions about anything, like whatever. If you guys have a question, start dropping it in the comment section right now. I'm going to answer as many as I can. I'll probably hang out here for like an hour or something. So I'll take as many questions and answers as I possibly can. I'll probably come back and promo these albums a little bit because that's why I'm here today. So I just want to point out one more thing. These 36 songs, not only did I write every single song on both these albums, I made every single beat on both of these albums. You know, if I wasn't making my own beats, it probably wouldn't take me a year to put together 36 songs. But I mean, I started out with like 100 songs and I whittled that 100 songs down to 36. I originally wanted to whittle 100 songs down to like 20 and then put them on an album and just have one album go out. But I literally could not lose any more songs than I did. Like, I whittled it down to 36 songs. I could not take one more song off of either one of these projects and feel like my job was done. I had to include every single one of these songs on these albums. Like, that's the other thing I can say, man, is like a lot of albums that come out these days through the industry, mainstream records, shit like that. Like, there's usually like what, maybe 10, 12 songs tops. And half of those songs, at least half of those songs are filler songs. You get your 4 or 5 big singles, and then the rest of the album is all filler. There's no filler on these albums. Like, that's the other thing that I think separates this from albums that I've done in the past, is like, I've always did my absolute best to fill my albums with music that was quality and that I loved, and I've done that. But there's always been a couple songs on an album where I was like, ugh, I'm not crazy about it, but I feel like some people will like it, so I'm going to put it on. These albums was not like that. Like, every single song on these records, I fucking loved. Every single song on these records, I don't think these albums could live without. So yeah, man, I produced every single song on there, every single beat. I wrote every single word. Every single song on these things is super fucking special. There's no fillers. Every single one hits hard in one way or another. Every single record on these albums hits hard, and I'm really, really proud of that. And I mean, you guys will see when you flip through like the lyric book and you get to read the lyrics to the songs as you're listening to the album, you're going to be like, holy shit. this is like the craziest writing Tom has like ever done. Like I feel like I really stepped up like my songwriting game on these 2 projects. So anyways, I'm super proud of them. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. they're gonna drop with all the merch packs and blah 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 blah. And like I said, man, the merch packs always sell out like in the first hour. So if you're trying to get the diamond necklace, if you're trying to get the lyric book, if you're trying to get that bulletproof vest shirt, I would definitely be here. I would be at hangovergang.com for 9 a.m. because the shit is going to move fast. And then that's it. For the merch packs, once they're gone forever. None of this gear that's in the merch packs will ever be available again. The bulletproof vest shirt, the diamond necklace, the lyric book, those go with the merch packs. And once they go, they're gone. Like, obviously, like, you can grab the albums for forever, but all the exclusive gear is going to be gone. So I'm autographing every single copy. As soon as I'm done with this live stream, I'm literally going to be at my table fucking signing these things again. I've been signing for fucking weeks. I'm trying to have everything ready so the second you order it, I can ship it out. We're going to do our best. You guys know that, like, there is no record label here. There is no manager here. There's no PR. There's no agent. There's no publicist. There's nothing. It's just me and my girl. So be patient with us. We're going to get everything out to you guys as fast as we can. And that's really it. I'm going to jump into the comment section right now. I'm going to answer as many questions as possible. Probably circle back to these albums a few times. And let's get it cracking. Greg Paragon says, a lot of people are wondering if you're expecting a response from Eminem because of the Dear Slim song. How do you think he might, let me click on the rest of this. How do you think he might respond? Well, Dear Slim is on this album, just in case you wondered, Us Against the World. Am I expecting a response from Eminem? Nah. I never sort of expected like a response from Eminem. I know a lot of people were like, oh, this is a clout chase. He's chasing Eminem's clout right now. Like, blah, 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 blah. The fact of the matter is, an independent artist bought a beat made by Eminem and made a fucking incredible song with it and shot an incredible video with it and put it out, and it's got 15 million views. And like, you know, all these people saying that, oh, Tom wanted a response from Eminem. Tom, you shut the fuck up. Like, you can't ever take away that, like, I'm doing bigger things than most independent artists in the whole fucking world. That song I did because I wanted to do it. You know, a lot of people don't know. You guys want to know the true story about how the Eminem thing happened? About the Dear Slim record? I had already written a song. I don't know if I can like even let this cat out the bag right now, or if I should just let you guys get the album. Here, check it out. I'm going to cover all the song names. I'm going to lift up the back of this CD. What's that song right there called? Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I wrote that song before the Dear Slim thing ever happened. I was working out one morning. Nova was getting like big into the NFT space. She was telling me that like Eminem had NFTs and blah, 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 blah. I went and checked it out. I saw that the top NFT came with a beat, an original beat produced by Eminem. And I was like, holy shit. I was such a big fucking fan of that kid when I was 14 years old. You know what I mean? 15, 16. Like I still feel inside. I still feel like a little boy with big dreams of being a famous rapper. So when I found out that I could get a beat from Eminem, the child inside me freaked the fuck out, to be completely honest. And I'd already written this other joint, so I was like, yo, this feels like too meant to be right now. I'm going to make a move and get that beat and write this song. And then we did it. And I did it because it was something that I personally wanted to do. Not because I wanted to get a response from Eminem. Nobody ever expected Eminem to respond. I'm sure if Eminem does respond one day, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he really doesn't fucking like me. Like, I think we probably have some different political views and have like some different social views. And like, I think we have different perspectives on a lot of shit. So like, I don't know if he heard it. I don't know what he thought about it. I don't expect to ever hear back from him. if he does hear back, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't friendly. Like, it just is what it is. But I don't give a shit because that was not the point of it. It was a song that I felt in my soul like I wanted to make, and I fucking did it. And at the end of the day, like, I think that as far as independent artists go, and I'm not like super tuned in with what a lot of other people are doing, I don't think anybody else made a move that big this year. I don't think anybody else did anything as cool as that was. So do I expect to get a response? Nah, I never expected to get a response, but it doesn't really matter. I think that we accomplished exactly what we wanted to accomplish with that record, and we had a fucking amazing time doing it. So let me just flip through here. Amanda Baker says, what is your favorite song on each album? She's talking about these albums that are dropping tomorrow at 9 a.m. at hangovergang.com. My favorite song on each album. Here, I'll tell you guys. On Us Against the World, there's a song called Balloons that is crazy. There's a song called Spilt Milk that is crazy. There's a song called Hate Mail that's crazy. Hello Hollywood is crazy. Like, look, it was honestly impossible for me to choose. Like I said, I started out with like 100 records on these albums, 100. And I whittled them all down. Process of elimination. Ding, 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 ding. I stripped them all away until I had 36. And I literally could not lose another song. So it's like, to me, in my head, all 36 songs are my fucking favorite. All for different reasons. They're all about different shit. You got the controversial political ones, which I love for obvious reasons. I got a bunch of records about my life, which I love for obvious reasons. There's just songs on here that I love for different reasons. I couldn't. There's a song called Us Against the World on Us Against the World that is fucking like one of the best songs I ever wrote in my life. But there's just too many for me to choose from. Like I said, I started with 100. I got it down to 36. I can't strip away any more than that. Like, I got 36 favorite songs from 2 albums that have 36 songs on them. Like, I just can't. That's where I'm at. You good?
Yeah, the dogs are barking, so I'm doing the
I didn't
check.
I didn't even hear him. Oh, I got you. Sean Aiken says, so will we ever hear the songs that aren't on these albums? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe one day. I have a hard drive full of songs that nobody's ever heard, and I have no intentions of people ever hearing them. Because to me, it's like, I recorded all of those songs for these 2 albums that are dropping tomorrow. And if they didn't make the cut onto these projects, it's like, how could they make the cut onto anything else? I feel like those are like my throwaway records. Like, what am I going to do with them? Like, make a mixtape out of like songs that I think are a B instead of an A. You know what I mean? And then pass that off as like a new mixtape or something. I could just never do that. I guess if I did do that, I'd have to call it like the throwaways or some shit. And it'll just be like everything that I wasn't fully confident in, that I just decided to release at like a later date or whatever. So I don't know. We could maybe do something like that, but I have no plans on releasing the songs that nobody ever heard. Can we just focus on the fact that 36 new songs are going to be out tomorrow and not worry about the other, whatever it is, 70 songs that aren't going to be out tomorrow? Shit. The internet moves so fast these days, man. It's like you put out a fucking video on Friday, and by Monday, everybody's already fucking forgot about everything. That's why, like, I release so much music videos so constantly, because it's just like the rate at which people consume content on the internet these days is fucking frightening, man. It's like, it's crazy. It's like, I haven't even dropped these albums yet, and people are already asking, when can we hear the shit that didn't make the album? It's like, bruh, you haven't even heard the fucking album yet. Can we just make it to that point? Can you just get the albums and then hear the albums and then we'll talk about the shit that didn't make the cut after the fact at some point. Jeez Louise, man. Todd Ross says, is there a significantly different vibe between the two albums? Not really, honestly, bro. Like, if it was up to me, like, I would have just made one album with all 36 songs on them. But you can't do that. So I had to split it up so they both fit on the albums, and I ended up with these two. And so to me, it's almost like one giant project that just had to be split into two because it wouldn't fit on one project. I did my best to I did my best to make both albums have all the pieces necessary. Like, when I'm making an album, I look at it like, this sounds weird, but like when I'm listening to the songs, I always think of like a color. When I'm like listening to the songs, I'm like, oh, this song's red. This song is red for sure. Or like, this song's blue. This song's purple. This song's yellow. And I kind of try to have a full color palette on the album. So there's like a lot of different vibes on one album, like a full variety. So when I was going through and listening to the songs, and I was like marking them in my head as, okay, this one's red, this one's blue, this is yellow, this is green. I took all the duplicates, if I had 2 reds and 2 greens and 2 blues, and I just divided everything evenly. So both albums are like as complete and as an enjoyable listening experience as possible. I know that sounds like super fucking weird. Like, you're probably like, yo, this guy has autism or some shit. Not like, you know, not that there's anything wrong with people that have autism. I'm pretty sure my fucking girlfriend's autistic, and she's watching this right now, which is why I said that. But yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but that's how I divide up the albums, man, by color. So there you go. Ken says, is there any collaboration songs on the albums, or is it just you straight going in? Geez, that's a good question. I don't think there's any collabs. Let me look. I'm looking right now. Not a single collab, man. Not a single one. It's all me. I don't know. I just never been big on collabs. Like, it's not that, like, I've always been kind of a loner. Like, I hang out by myself. It's just me, my girlfriend. I literally have a handful of people that are like in my close circle, and that's really it. Like, I don't really have that many homies that are rappers. I have a couple, but not many. And I don't know. Making music has always been like a super personal thing for me. And I'm already like kind of standoffish and like to be by myself. So it's like, when I'm doing something as personal as making music, I don't really like to bring like a bunch of other people into that mix and into that process. Plus, it's like, I make all my own beats. So if I'm sitting there making a beat and I'm having ideas for the beat, I'm like writing the song in my phone as I'm making the beat on my computer. And then by the time that the beat's done, I have the song written in my phone, and it's like, there's not really any room like to have another artist on it. You know what I mean? And like, a lot of guys are like do songs with everybody, and it's just like tons of collabs and shit like that. And this is like not really my style, man. To me, it's just like Hangover Gang or nothing. Like, the people that I've made music with, like my last collaboration album was with my girlfriend and my best friend. Like, I make music with people who I love. I don't make music because it'll be good for views, or it'll be good for clout, or it'll be good for streams, or blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't give a shit. I would rather make music with my homie who's significantly less quote unquote famous. And I'd rather make music with my girlfriend who I love, and have the music get whatever it gets. I would rather do that than make music with a bunch of like famous rappers who I have no real relationship with. Like, if I'm going to make music with you, like, I want you to be somebody that I could have in my house and we could hang out and work out and eat breakfast and sit on the couch and not speak to each other and just watch TV and have everything be comfortable and real and organic and natural. Like I'm not, you know, I don't have any interest in making music with other industry people like for money or for views or any of that shit. I just don't really give a fuck. Also, I just gotta say this about the new albums dropping tomorrow. I didn't have to diss a single fucking rapper to drop these albums. I didn't have to start any fucking crazy drama. I didn't have to do none of that extra shit that all these guys are doing right before they drop their albums. Like, this shit's become so fucking transparent, man. It's like every time somebody disses you, it's like, I'm dissing this guy because of reason A, B, C, and D. By the way, I've got an album dropping in 2 weeks. It's like, you fucking, like, you bums. Like, and it's not even just at an independent level. Like, this shit, like, Kanye and Drake are doing it right fucking now. Like, right before Kanye drops his shit, right before Drake drops his shit. They're, like, in a beef together. And, like, I get it. Okay, it's good for business and, like, whatever. But it's just like, man, I don't have no features on the album because I want my music and my writing to stand alone and speak for itself. I'm not going to get involved in any weirdo fucking disses and beefs and drama bullshit. Like, I just want my albums and my music and shit to get out there on the strength and the merit of the quality of the music and the videos, etc. I don't want to deal with all the extra shit. You know what I mean? So what the fuck? What question do we even start with? I think we started with, like, is there a significantly different vibe between the albums? And somehow we started talking about fucking Kanye and Drake tricking everybody into thinking that they're in a real beef, which was really just a marketing play to sell albums. But there you go. Guess you got more than you asked for with that one. I'm just flipping through here looking for some questions real quick. Yo, if you guys are going to ask questions, I know I say this all the time, you have to end your question with a question mark. There's just too many comments coming in for me to have to read every single comment and be like, is this person asking a question? Is this person asking a question? What the fuck's going on here? So if you're going to ask a question, include a question mark. It'll make it easier for me to find, and then I can hit more questions. Okay, what do we got going on here? Yo, remember when I was talking about how fast the internet consumes shit? Somebody asked, when's the next big surprise you have for us after the albums drop? Like, man, I just fucking worked my ass off for 13 months just to get to this point, just to release these 2 albums and have some quality shit to give you guys. And, like, people are already thinking ahead. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to hate on you, dude. But it's just like, that's the attention span of, like, the internet these days. It's like, cool, like, we haven't even got the albums yet. And it's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And, like, I'm guilty of that. Like, my whole life, like, I look back at a lot of the big moments in my life that I was just totally not present for. And I did not live in that moment, and I didn't appreciate that moment, and I didn't recognize that moment for how significant it was, because we get so caught up in, like, looking at the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Like, a lot of us are living 5 steps ahead in our heads all the fucking time. So we're never really, like, right here presently. And dude, like, just to be honest, like, that's where a lot of problems with anxiety and shit like that comes from. Like, living in the future and living 5 steps ahead and worrying about what's going to happen next and blah, 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 blah. It's so important for people to figure out how to be present in the moment and how to appreciate the present time, and just to be in the now. Like 5 seconds ago doesn't matter. 5 seconds from now doesn't matter. All that matters is right fucking now. That's literally it. And just like a hot take, just a tip for everybody. After fucking years of therapy, if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that mental health and shit like that, depression typically comes from residual feelings from something that happened in the past, and anxiety typically comes from worry about what's going to happen in the future. And the thing is, you can't change anything that happened in the past, and everything in the future hasn't fucking happened yet. So there's no sense living in the past or living in the future. There's no sense in it. It just makes you unwell. Like the only thing that you can do is live right here in the moment and be well because of that. So, dude, I appreciate you being excited about like what's next after these two albums dropping tomorrow. But I'm not even there yet, bro. I'm just trying to live right here in the moment. I'm trying to drop these albums and these merch packs, and I'm just trying to live in this right now and do that. But all I can say is, of course, there's going to be like more surprises. There's going to be more videos. There's going to be more stuff. But let's just get through releasing these albums tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and let's just get through that whole process and enjoy that while we have it, and then move on to the next when we get there. We will cross that bridge when we get there. I'm just flipping through here looking for some questions. Lindsay Reger says, on average, how long does it take you to come up with the song? It really varies, man. Like some songs just pour out of you because you have it on your heart that day and you just want to get it off your chest. So, I mean, songs like that, I mean, they might happen in 5-10 minutes. You know what I mean? Sometimes while I'm making the beat, I write the song. Sometimes for the bigger sort of controversial shits, like those take a little bit longer because I want to be very careful about like what I'm saying. And, you know, the internet's going to take everything you say and run with it in a completely different direction anyway. But it's good to be tactful. It's good to think about like what you're saying. Okay, how are people going to distort what I'm saying here? How are they going to take this the wrong way? How are they going to be purposefully ignorant so that they can bitch about this on their own platform to benefit their own self-righteousness? Like, these are all questions that I'm asking myself while I'm writing those bigger controversial records. So those ones typically take a little bit longer because I like being really careful about my words, and I like saying exactly what I'm meaning to say when I say it. So those ones take a little bit longer, but a lot of songs, man, that are just like weighing on you, that are heavy in your heart, that mean a lot to you. It's something that you've been thinking about for a week or a couple days or whatever. Like those songs just pour out. You get them done 5, 10, 15 minutes a lot of the time, you know? Somebody named, where is it? I just lost it. The chat's going so fast. Hold up. Give me 2 seconds. Hey, Jenna Kirshner's in the chat. Jenna said, do you sleep the night before you drop your albums? If not, what do you do aside from signing CDs to help keep your anxiety in check? Dude, to be completely honest, like ever since Brainwashed dropped, and when did Brainwashed drop? Like 3 weeks ago, maybe? It was Brainwashed, and then it was Dummies, and then it was like immediately into album mode. Like we're talking like a 6-week stretch, like 4 or 5 week stretch at least. There hasn't been a whole lot of fucking sleeping going on around here. Like 2 nights ago, I got 4 hours. The day before that, I got 6 hours. I think I got 6 hours last night. I'm probably going to get 4 or 5 hours today because, I mean, as soon as this live stream's done, like I still have a ton of stuff to do. I have a ton of stuff to get prepared for you guys for tomorrow for the release and blah, 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 blah. Like it really, like the work doesn't stop. Like people don't understand that like Nova and I really do everything ourselves. From like this right here, this is a backdrop, but on the other side of this backdrop, that's the interrogation room that was in the interrogation, that cinematic album trailer that we dropped like what, yesterday. So it's like I'm building this, like the hallway from Dummies is out in my backyard. It's right behind this computer right now. Like I'm building all the sets. Like Nova and I are doing all the wardrobe. Like I'm making the beats. I'm writing the songs. Like Nova's shooting the videos. She's editing the videos. She's coloring the videos. I'm releasing the videos myself. I distribute my own music. I do all the promo myself. I do all the marketing myself. Like these shirts, like all the merch pack stuff, like we designed this. We designed this shirt. And it took forever because you can't get a photorealistic bulletproof vest on a regular shirt. You have to go through hell to make it happen. Like from the merch to the conceptualizing the album covers. Like we had a homie do these album covers for us, but like look at how fucking amazing they are. That's Us Against the World. Whoop, that's No Guts, No Glory. Like we conceptualized the album covers. Like we designed the diamond chain. Like we made the lyric book ourselves. Like we literally do it all. And like we're talking like 16 to 18 hour days every single fucking day. So not just on, Jenna, to answer your question, not just on like the day before my album drops do I get no sleep. I fucking never get any sleep. Like it is constant. It is commonplace to be sleep deprived in this household. All we do is work on this shit. That's why I was so frustrated earlier this week and I figured out what happened. You guys know, like when we drop music videos and stuff, we typically get like what, 1 million views in 12 to 14 hours, 24 hours, like something like that. Like that's a pretty good one. So when I dropped the cinematic trailer for the album, the interrogation video yesterday, like that's still sitting at 400,000 views. So you got to understand, like I was really angry and upset about that because what ended up happening was I went and looked into it. YouTube said, oh, hey, we're having a glitch with our notification system, so none of your subscribers were notified of your release. And my first thought was, that's crock of shit. They're like definitely shadow banning me or blocking me or something. And then I went and looked into it, and I went to Machine Gun Kelly's channel because he had just dropped a video that morning. He's got 8 million subscribers, and in 30 minutes, his video got 6,000 views. So then I was like, damn, like this is for real. Like people's notifications aren't going out. So that's what happened with that video. So it sat at 400K, and it is what it is. But like, that's why I was so upset. That's why it's so heartbreaking for me because like, I mean, I just explained to you, like, we designed the clothes, we designed the lyric books, like we conceptualized the album art, like I produce the beats, Nova shoots the videos, blah 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 blah. We don't have nobody else. Nobody else's back is breaking over here. It's just my back and Nova's back. We're carrying all the weight. So when something fucked up like that happens on YouTube, and we've been working for, you know, I announced the album, the 2 new albums, I announced them 3 days ago. But we didn't start preparing for these albums 3 days ago. Like, this is 13 months in the making, legitimately. Like, all the videos, like every release, everything that's happened this year, every single piece of artwork you saw, every single post on social media, every fucking everything, every single t-shirt, the collab album with me and Brandon and Nova, As Far as the Stars, everything that you saw this year, everything is the result of not eating, not sleeping, not doing anything but working our ass off constantly. So when you do that for 13 months and then you're like, okay, let's drop the big album fucking trailer. And I was up till 4 a.m. building the set, and Nova's tired as fuck shooting the thing and blah, 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 blah. And then it gets released and the notification shit don't work. And YouTube's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, we don't know what's going on. Blah, blah. Like, it's heartbreaking. So, I'm still frustrated about it, just talking about it, but whatever, it is what it is. So anyways, to answer your question, do I sleep the night before I drop an album? Not much. But as I've just explained, there's not much sleep going on here, period. And I mean, that's just what it takes to get where we want to go. And I don't even know where the fuck we want to go. I just know we want to keep growing. And I know that Hangover Gang's growing every single day. And I know I just talked about how much work Nova and I put in, but I think it's really important to say you guys put in a lot of that work too. And you guys are the ones watching and sharing and showing it to your friends and posting it on your stories and all that stuff. Like, that's you guys. So it's not really just me and Nova. It's me and Nova and you guys. And I thank you for that. And I love you for that. And I'm forever, 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 forever indebted to you because of that. So, okay, what else we got going on here? Look, a lot of people are always asking why you put your albums on CDs, why you put your albums on CDs, why you put your albums on CDs. Okay, I've seen it in this chat a few times. I get asked about it all the time. I'm going to hold these albums right here and give myself some promo while I explain this. So here's the thing. I don't really want to put the albums on streaming services because the streaming services never really helped us. Like, I support people who support me, and the streaming services never supported us. I've been dropped from 2 different streaming services that are literally supposed to exist so that independent artists who don't want to be ingested into the major label system, these services exist so people like me can independently release their music without signing away rights, giving up creative freedoms, compromising their morals, giving a label a bunch of their money, etc., etc., etc. Okay, those people, the streaming services exist for independent artists, and I've never got any help from any of them. I've never been put on a playlist. I've never been put on a front page. I've never been added to any promotion on any of those services. Nothing. And when my music goes up through them, they take a portion of the money, and I will be fucked. I will be damned if I allowed those services that have fucked us around from the very beginning. I'll be damned if I let them get any of the fucking money from my 2 albums. It's just not going to fucking happen. And that's only one reason. Also, like, years ago, like, people, record executives and industry people and record labels started telling artists, like, hey, physical music is a thing of the past. It's all digital now, blah, 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 blah. And then artists started, like, giving their music away for free because the industry was saying, hey, nobody wants physical music anymore. It's not going to sell. Physical music isn't worth anything, blah, 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 blah. And to me, it's just like, yo, fuck you. You will never convince me that physical music isn't worth anything. I think that it's worth the most, personally. That's just how I feel. You just won't convince me of that. And it's like, to me, it's like, I'm not going to buy into that. It sounds like a fucking trick. It sounds like a bullshit narrative that the industry made up so that they can take control of people's music and release it digitally and not have to pay for CDs and not have to pay for this. And it's just, it seems like a fucking scam to me. So whatever. It's going to cost me more money in the long run to release CDs than it is to put it on digital, but I don't give a shit. That's how I want to do it. I was the kid sitting outside of the CD store at 8 a.m. when the store opened at 9 a.m. waiting for the doors to open so I could run in and, like, grab the new Eminem CD or grab the new Slipknot CD or grab the new whatever CD. I was that kid in the mall sitting against the doors at 8 a.m. waiting for it to open. Then I'd run home with my CD and I'd hold it in my hands and I'd sit with my headphones on a pillow in my room, and I'd be able to read the song titles and read the lyric books and read the lyrics and listen and experience the album. Like, I want my music to be an experience. Music has become so fucking expendable. So fucking expendable. Somebody drops an album, there's 10 fucking songs on it. On streaming services, you burn through the whole thing, you listen to the shit, you're like, okay, cool, like whatever, and you just move on with your life. Like, I want my music to be really experienced, not just streamed by some fucking kid like in his headphones when he's not even really paying attention to it. Like, I want it to be an experience. That's important to me. And speaking of like holding it in your own two hands, to me it's just like, we built this shit together. There was no streaming platform involved. There's no DSP, digital store involved. There's no record label involved, no manager, no PR, no marketing, no team. Nobody was involved in it. It was just me and Nova and you guys. So when the work gets done, why put it on a streaming service and let somebody else put their hands on it? The only people's hands that should be on these fucking albums are mine and yours. And I want to take my physical albums in my hands and I want to place them in your hands physically. That's important to me. So I think when people hold on to these albums, they're like, holy shit, I literally helped that guy do this. I helped him make these albums because you did fucking help me make these albums. Nobody else did. It was just me and you guys and Nova. So, I mean, I don't know. That shit's just like super important to me. I know a lot of people have been asking about it. So I'm just going to, whatever. I'll throw it out there one time real quick. That's my whole feelings on the physical music thing and like blah, 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 blah. And it's just the fucking way it is, man. Like, and like I said, like, bro, like every fucking moment of my life has been invested into this shit for the last, like, you know, for the last 10 years, sure, but especially for the last 4 years. Since stuff blew up after Dear Rappers, like literally every fucking moment that I'm awake, I'm working. Every moment that my girlfriend is awake, she's fucking working. We are working together every fucking day, all day long. We have not taken a vacation in 4 years. We haven't taken a vacation in 4 years. I haven't even taken a day off. Not a single day off. Those weeks that I was laying in bed because my anxiety was so fucked up and my depression was so fucked up and I had all this physical weakness and shit. I couldn't get out of bed and walk around and blah, blah, blah. I was all fucked up. I was still working in bed. Like, it doesn't stop. In the middle of the Don't Look Down video, Nova's asthma got so bad that she couldn't stand. I carried her in my arms into the fucking driveway to an ambulance. And when they got her breathing normal again, she came back inside and finished shooting Don't Look Down. Like, we don't fucking take a break. And when somebody makes that many fucking sacrifices for what they love, for their passion, when they give up that much and they dedicate themselves to that degree and they make that many sacrifices, I'm not fucking cutting in Apple or fucking Spotify or iTunes. They can have the singles with the music videos. They can't have the rest of my fucking album. You know what I mean? I put out 10, 12 music videos a year. That's the length of most people's albums. These albums are like 19 songs and 16 songs long. Like, one of these CDs is the length of most major label artists' albums. So it's just like, at that point, I just feel like, yo, we've been breaking our backs for this long. We've been working this hard. I just want to sell my fucking music, man. Like, you know, I got these little pieces of paper that keep fucking showing up in the mail, and they're called fucking bills. And like, I got to pay for my life too. I got to take care of my family. I want to sell some fucking albums. And I don't want to cut in Apple and Spotify and all these other assholes. I just don't. I just fucking don't. Like, I spent all my life trying to do shit without record labels and without managers and without anybody that could have any leverage or control over me. And I fucking did it. I'm not about to start now. I'm not going to give in to these fucking people now. I'm not going to fucking do it. I'm just not. I'm happy with releasing singles and getting number ones on the charts and getting Billboard plaques and shit. I'm cool with that. I don't need to have number one album on Billboard. I don't need to have a gold record hanging in my house. I don't give a shit. You know, I'm content. I just want to give my music to the people who really give a shit about it, to the people who care about it, to the people who want to have a real fucking listening experience. I'll give my music to them. I don't need all the passive listeners on Spotify and Apple right now. Anyways. Okay, I'm going to answer a couple more questions here. Jason Baker says, did you have help choosing the songs that went on both of these albums, or was it solely your decision? Dude, Nova and I sat down and listened to literally 100 songs. Over the course of a couple weeks, we just weeded more and more and more and more and more of them out. And we ended up with these 36. So, you know, I don't have like, I have a lot of homies that are like musicians that have great ears that could probably like listen to shit and have their own opinions on it. But like at the same time, it's like my music's like so personal to me, and to like who I am as a person. It's just that like I don't want anybody else's opinion aside from myself and Nova. So those were the only two people involved in picking the songs and whittling it down to what it's become. That's it. Just me and Nova. To a lot of people that are saying, I don't have a CD player and blah, 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 blah. Fine. Like, just get a little fucking disk drive, get the albums, put it in the little portable disk drive, plug it into your computer, and rip the album. Problem solved. You can put it on your phone. You can put it on your car. You can put it on your TV. Put it wherever the fuck you want. You can even put them in your fucking PlayStation or your Xbox, and you can just rip them straight from there. Whatever you want. It's up to yours. Up to you. Once you own the CD, it's yours. You do whatever the fuck you want with them. You want to turn the CD into digital music? By all means, do your thing. I'm just flipping through here. Okay, more questions. Eric David says, what is going to happen to the hallway you built for dummies? Honestly, I have no fucking idea.
We're keeping it forever.
We're keeping it. Nova says we're keeping it forever.
I love it. Okay, wait, you said to do anything with the music, make it digital. Can you clarify not to put it on YouTube so that I don't have to go take them all down?
Nova says, if you want to make the albums digital, do your thing. You just have to keep it to yourself, because if they get uploaded to YouTube,
have to do it.
Nova's going to copyright strike the fuck out of your channel and get it taken down. So there's your clarification on that. I don't know what we're doing with the hallway from dummies, though. It's fucking big. It's too big to fucking stick in a closet, that's for sure. And like, fuck, it was like a week and a half straight of painting and stapling and decorating and crafting and putting carpet down and lighting and all this crazy shit, building the actual construction of the thing. So it's like, I don't know what the fuck we could ever use that hallway for again, because like it looks a very particular way. You're never going to be able to repurpose that hallway as something else in a different video. It's always going to look like the dummies hallway. So it's probably going to have to get torn down, but it's just like, I'm just letting it live right now. It took a week of extremely hard work to build that hallway. So I'm just going to let it live as a hallway in the backyard for like another week or two. And then I'm probably just going to tear the fucking thing down, unfortunately. So screw you for making me think about that. Danielle Hogg says, do you feel more creative at certain times of the day or night, or are you always on? No, I don't think I have a particular time of day where I feel more creative. I think that like I'm kind of always just on, because if I'm not creating music, I'm creating clothing or conceptualizing video ideas or you know, writing like poetry or writing down things that I want to talk to people about, or, you know, I'm always designing or creating something, building music video sets, whatever. Like it just never really stops. So, I mean, I'm not always writing music like in that creative sense, but I'm always being creative in like some way, shape, or form. Mac says, yo, my homie, my homie just texted me right now while we're live, and he said, dog, we can come up with some cool ideas to use that hallway for other shit. Please don't destroy it, which is rad. Mac says, do all the songs come together to make a story, or is each song its own story? I mean, I think there is like overarching concepts to both albums, but it's not like a conceptual album where like every song is a piece of a bigger picture. Like, I mean, I guess it is. Every song kind of is a piece of a bigger picture, but it's not like, what's the fucking word for it? Like, I can't think of the word, so fuck your question. I'm moving on. Every song, okay, this is the best explanation. Every song can stand alone as just the song that it is. But listening to the entire album all the way through does create like a larger picture. But it wasn't meant for that. It was just me writing the best songs possible. And during one of the most craziest times of my life and one of the most craziest times in the world's lives. So it you know, it is to some degree like thematic for sure, but everything stands alone. That was the most convoluted, confusing, contradictory explanation of all time. So I hope somewhere in that mess of bullshit that I just gave you, you can decipher what the fuck it is I'm trying to say here. Tammy Johnson says, do you have choices on what items you want in the merch pack? There's no build your own merch packs. There's 4 different merch packs that are all set in stone. So it's just like you make the choice which merch pack you want. They all come with different stuff. Like I said, I didn't show you guys everything. I showed you guys the one shirt, the diamond chain, the lyric book, and the albums. Like there's more than that. And there's a much bigger merch pack. There's a medium tier. There's a smaller one. And then obviously there's like the album combos with the t-shirt, album combos with the hoodies, 6 album combos with all the other albums, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Everything drops tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., hangovergang.com. A lot of people are asking about shipping. We ship worldwide. Don't even stress it. Everywhere in the world, we can get you an album. John Daly says, did you get Nova back her kitchen so that she can make breakfast for you and her tomorrow? No, this literally right behind here, you can hear it. Hey, it was me knocking. There's nobody at the door. This set for the interrogation room is built like halfway into our kitchen. So we can't access the stove right now. And there is a cabinet full of food, which we also can't access. I wanted chicken fingers so fucking bad 2 nights ago that I wedged myself in between the set and I put my feet up on the cupboard and I pushed the set back just far enough that I could reach inside the cupboard and get the air fryer out. But yeah, Nova wants her fucking kitchen back, so I'm gonna have to take this thing down fucking ASAP Rocky. Hey, it was me knocking on the door. It's okay, buddy. I'm just flipping through here.
You're good. Come on, let's go hang out.
Kiki Lynn says, sweetie, can you please take a vacation and get some rest? You know what? I've said this before. This is the honest truth. You never met a more miserable motherfucker than a Tom MacDonald on a fucking vacation. Because, like, you know, when I'm talking about working 20-hour days and we do all this stuff and it's just me and Nova and it's work, and we're not sleeping and we're not eating, we're not this and that, we're just working hard. This is the thing. I don't fucking do things that I don't want to do. You know what I mean? I don't do shit If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to fucking do it. There's nothing that you can literally do to make me do it. I will not fucking do it. So the reason why I work so hard and do all the things that I do is because I genuinely love it. I really love it. I love the work. Like, I love having too much on my plate. I feel like I perform at a high level when I have too much to do. I love what I do. I love writing songs. I love making music. I love shooting videos. I love coming on here and telling everybody about the music and showing people the videos. I fucking love this shit. There's not too many things that I enjoy in life, honestly. Before I was an artist, I was a professional wrestler. I loved that. And that's all I did. It's all I fucking did. And now I love music, and it's all I do. So it's like, I don't know, like, yeah, I should probably take a vacation. My therapist tells me that all the time. Take a fucking vacation. My parents tell me all the time, take a vacation. Nova tells me, take some time off. You guys tell me, take a vacation, take a break, get some rest. I get it, and I appreciate everybody looking out for me. But what the fuck am I going to do on vacation? If I have a fucking headache or I have anxiety and I miss half a day of work, I'm fucking miserable. I am fucking miserable. I just want to work and push forward and do new things and grow Hangover Gang and give people music and give people videos. And that's all I want to do. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sit on the fucking beach for an hour with sand up my ass drinking a fucking mojito. Like, I don't have any desire to do that. So I don't know. Maybe you guys should start inboxing me like amazing vacation ideas, and you know, maybe I'll take somebody up on one of their offers and I'll go on a vacation. But right now, I literally cannot imagine doing anything that I would enjoy more than I enjoy working. It's impossible. So. Ted Grint Smith says, how's your anxiety and mental health? Hope you're doing well. I appreciate that, Ted. Thank you. I'm doing much better now than I was like 3 weeks ago. We talked about that earlier in the stream. I had a really crazy stretch of sort of like mental unwellness. That's the only shitty thing about the way that I work so much all the time, is sometimes I drive myself into the ground and I completely just burn myself out, which is really tough, which is what I think happened. And, you know, I was bedridden for like almost 3 weeks. I had to like call the doctor and get like an emergency prescription for Ativan, which I haven't taken in 3 fucking years because it was that bad. And then by the time the fucking Ativan got here, I sat it on the counter and I looked at it for like a full fucking day, wondering, should I take one of those things? Should I not take one of those things? I really don't want to fucking take one of those things. It's been 3 years since I took one. I really don't want to fuck with it. And I ended up putting the shit in the shoebox and hiding it in my fucking closet, and I still haven't took it. So I ordered it and it got to the crib, but I still didn't fucking take it, which might not be a big deal for a lot of fucking people, but for me, that's a big fucking deal. Like, my anxiety, when it happens, it's like a fucking semi-truck, man. It hits you out of nowhere. It hits you fucking hard, and you're on your ass. And, like, I think, you know, you're almost willing to do anything to get that anxiety to go away. But I went halfway there. I ordered the fucking Ativan, but I didn't fucking take it. And I'm super proud of myself for that. So things are much better now. I started meditating a lot more. I started talking to my therapist more, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and taking CBD and shit like that. And I just kind of worked myself out for the time being anyways. So I appreciate you asking, Ted. I'm much better now than I was 3 weeks ago, and hopefully it continues. TJ Warner says, how many of the songs on the album did you have written last year? Not many, honestly, because last year I was working on As Far as the Stars with Nova and Brandon. So everything is like super fucking current. And I wrote all 36 songs. I made all the beats. I wrote all 36 songs, which obviously took a long ass time. And then I didn't record any of it. I just made all the beats and I wrote all the songs. And then I got into the studio and tracked everything. There was a lot of songs recorded along the way, which sort of is why there was this giant conglomerate of like 100 records that I had to sift through and pick them. But like 40 or 45 of them, I just like, you know, I was making song, make a song, make a song, make a couple songs here, make a couple songs there, put them in the bank, put them in the bank, put them in the bank. And then after, but I knew as far as the stars was coming up, so I was just writing songs and kind of saving myself for as far as the stars. So then once that album got written and the collab got done and it was out of the way, then I was like, okay, it's fucking go time. Now everything I write has to be like the shit. Like it has to be album quality stuff. So I did like 45 of those, combined them with everything else that I sort of just recorded here and there all over the year. That's how I got the conglomerate. And then I sifted through everything. And most of the songs I ended up picking were from the period when I was like, okay, it's fucking album time right now. Granted, there was a couple really fucking special ones I wrote along the way, so those had to be included in there. But yeah, that's a really tough question. How many songs were recorded last year? Like the last fucking couple of years are just kind of just running all fucking together right now. It's like it's really hard to say. I mean, you guys know, you guys are living on the same planet I am. Shit's been fucking chaos. Like it's really difficult to separate the fucking years right now. It's all just a shit show. So they were all written during the shit show. A lot of people are asking if the albums are autographed. Yes, all the albums will be autographed. So, wait. That one might have been a good question. Fuck, I lost it. All right, guys, we've been here for over an hour. I have a fucking shit ton of work to do tonight still prior to the album release tomorrow. So, man, thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is the first time I ever went live on YouTube, so hopefully that went well. I know that we usually have like a lot more fun and we're laughing and telling jokes and shit like that, but I'm just like in fucking album mode right now. I'm just like hyper focused, and I'm just trying to get these albums up for you guys tomorrow. And yeah, man, a year in the making, 13 months in the making. All of the fucking mental breakdowns and the stresses and the anxieties and the failures and the wins and the losses and a lot of personal shit and a lot of stuff that's been going on in the world and political shit and everything from these last 13 months is finally wrapped up in one place, and they're right here on these two new albums, Us Against the World and No Guts, No Glory. They both drop tomorrow at www.hangovergang.com. Grab them while you can. Grab the merch packs while they last. Enjoy them. These are the two most, you know, a lot of people become complacent with what they do, whether they're carpenters or doctors or lawyers or musicians or painters or athletes. A lot of people become complacent and become bored and become sort of like a shadow of something that they used to be. And the day that happens to me will be the day that I stop making music. But I promise you, everything that happens between now and then, I will go harder. I will do better. I will put every single fucking piece of me that I can possibly put into it. I will do that. Whether it's 20-hour days or 24-hour days, 365, I don't give a shit. I have really high expectations for myself. I think you guys have high standards that you want me to live up to. I have no doubt that these two albums will not exceed all of your expectations, my standards. These are the two greatest albums I've ever created in my life. I cannot wait to give them to you guys tomorrow. www.hangovergang.com. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to get to work. I'll see you guys at 9 a.m. Adios.